Are you tired of striving and doing what you think are all the right things, but either not getting the results you want or just not happy or fulfilled in your life? My name's Kalia, and today I want to invite you to walk the sacred path with me. I call it the soul path, the white wolf path, and as the Native Americans call it, the good red road. When I say I invite you to walk this path with me, I myself am committed to walking the sacred path of soul alignment. And let me tell you why. I am of the strong belief that we are not random accidents in this world, but rather we're here for a reason. And if we're not in alignment with our deeper purpose for being here, we will not be happy or fulfilled. All those things we learn in our society that will make us happy fall short of the goal. It really isn't about what we achieve or what we accumulate or how much money that we have or even the illusion of love that we live under. Our path to true happiness and fulfillment is to live in alignment with this force that we call God, the Creator, Great Spirit, or even the universe. And when we live in alignment with this higher force, we begin to come into alignment with our soul path. I'm not going to lie, it isn't always easy, especially at first when we start walking the sacred path, because we're just learning to listen. And the voice within often leads us in directions that are frightening, uncertain, risky, and don't feel very secure. We're asked to stand in our power, to be true to ourselves. And this means we have to start really letting go of those old programs of codependency, people pleasing, and molding ourselves to the current world paradigm, following the course that has been laid out for us rather than following our own divine path. As we walk the soul path, we also need to confront our limiting core beliefs that tell us we're not enough, that we're not lovable, and that we aren't worthy. This is the great lie that we've been sold. Your worthiness is not at all attached to what you do, to how much money you have, or what you've accumulated or achieved. Your worthiness is attached to who you are at the very core. You came into this body as a tiny little infant, as a being of light and love. It is this world and its sickness and its dysfunction that has led you to believe you weren't enough. The first thing I invite you to do is to be willing to surrender to your true self, to step onto your soul path and walk the good red road. What is the good red road? Well, it represents a sacred conscious path of living in harmony with spirit, with nature, and with all of life. It's a path of truth, humility, respect, and reverence. To walk the good red road is to live your life as a sacred ceremony. It's not about being perfect. It's about being mindful, about knowing that each step you take leaves an imprint on the earth and on your soul. On this path, you recognize that you are not separate from this earth and the nature that surrounds you. You are one with it. And the more you live in unity with your true nature, the more you're living in harmony with this earthly life that you're living. Be in the world, but not of it. There's a big difference between living in harmony with nature and your own divinity and living in the world created by man. We live in a dysfunctional society. We live in a narcissistic society. The values of our society are really messed up. We value money over motherhood. We value career over family. We value the pursuits of the ego over connection with our spiritual essence. The only way we as a society are going to find our way is that we commit one person at a time to returning to our true values, to connect with who we really are, and bring the gift of our true self to the world, regardless of if people are ready to receive or accept us yet. This means we learn to live in this world in a way that is true to our deeper selves rather than allowing ego, which is edging God out, to take the lead. The ego keeps us trapped in the safe and the familiar. It wants to be in control. It strives for certainty and is steeped in false beliefs. Beliefs like, if I work hard enough, I'll get what I want. If I have enough money, then I will be happy. If I have this certain relationship, then I will be loved. If I'm physically attractive enough, then I will have the love I want and or the admiration that I seek. If I have this particular job, then I will be secure. The journey of the ego is really about doing so you can have. The journey of the soul is about being and expressing who you are. With the ego, you do so you can have, so you can be. With the soul, you be so you can have what really matters, which is peace, inner fulfillment, and true connection. The true soul path is not about what we do, but about who we are being. So ask yourself, am I being true to myself? Am I honestly following my heart? Do I feel a sense of connection with something greater than myself? Do I believe that I'm enough as I am? Do I feel I have to perform or achieve to be enough? And finally, am I willing to surrender my attachment to the things of this world and allow my deeper self to guide my path? The first thing you need to do when you step upon the soul path is to really learn the difference between ego and soul, the black wolf and the white wolf, as I call it. The ego values appearances, control, security, being admired. It wants us to do the things that make sense, that earn approval, that bring recognition, that bring comfort. The ego always speaks the loudest. It can be overpowering, shouting at you to conform to the norm, to what society accepts as normal. The soul, it values truth, authenticity, freedom. It whispers instead of shouts. It nudges instead of demands. And it will never lead you to betray yourself. Many people walking a spiritual path are still being led by ego rather than by soul. Therefore, it's not a true spiritual path. They do what they believe they should, whether it be going to church or praying or meditating or going to seminars and workshops, buying crystals and other props, wearing the right clothing and saying the right words, but not walking in alignment with the true self. I often refer to the dance between the ego and the soul as the path of the black wolf and the white wolf. One is full of fear, greed, anger, and ego. The other is full of love, truth, peace, and spirit. These two wolves live within each of us, and the one that grows stronger is the one that we feed. The black wolf often tells us to play the game, to win approval, money, or status. The white wolf says, be true to yourself, even if the world doesn't understand, even if it means walking alone for a while, even if it means being in a place of uncertainty. Walking the soul path is like walking the good red road. It is feeding the white wolf. In the world of manifestation, people often say they want more money, a better relationship, or a big house. But when you dig deeper, you realize they want what they believe these things will give them. They want to feel safe, loved, fulfilled. They want to feel connected to something real. And all of that, all of it, is available right now, not through striving, but through surrendering to who you really are. When you align with your soul, you may still desire abundance, and that's okay. But it's not about chasing, it's about magnetizing. It's about showing up as your truest, most authentic self and letting life respond to that, letting life guide you. You may not get everything that you thought you wanted, but you'll receive everything that you truly need. And from that place, your life becomes a blessing, not just for you, but for everyone you touch. So I invite you to ask yourself, am I feeding the white wolf? Am I walking the good red road? Am I living in alignment with the truth of who I am? And if you're ready to go deeper, to reconnect with your soul and gain clarity about your path, I'd love to invite you to my free 7-day course, Finding Your Soul Path. You'll receive gentle guidance and daily reflections to help you align with your truest self. You can find the link in the description below. I want to thank you so much for being here, for receiving this message, and for walking the sacred path with me. Keep showing up. Until next time, walk gently, walk truthfully, and may your soul lead the way.